I think this was kind of the biggest one in my opinion, is the title of the new Superman movie called Superman Legacy, which James Gunn is saying is the start of the DCU, and that it's not
The
going to
official
be an
start,
origin. Yeah, it's not going to be an origin story, but it's going to be like in the first days of him being Superman, like him starting out in the Daily Planet, and it's going to focus on him balancing his human upbringing versus his Kryptonian heritage. Gunn is still running the project. I still don't hear an announcement about who the director is. No one has, but I think at this
It's
point we could
probably
say
going to
that
be
James,
Gunn.
it's probably going to be Gunn. He also is quoted saying that it's going to be a Superman for everyone. It's a 4-quadrant film that's going to speak to everyone in the world. But he also mentioned that there's going to be a separate Superman movie still produced by J.J. Abrams through Bad Robot, and it's supposed to exist outside of the DCU, which is also kind of noteworthy
That's the
while I'm
big
on this
first thing,
topic.
yeah. That's the first kind
Yeah,
of big thing he talked about.
yeah, definitely. I still like the sounds of it from what we heard back when he mentioned this project a month ago or so, I believe. Um, I'm excited for it. Like, I know that unfortunately Henry Cavill isn't coming back for it, but I still just want to see Superman kind of done right, where it's like the uplifting superhero that everyone just loves and wants to root for. I kind of missed that from him. I know that we tried something a little different from Zack Snyder that was probably maybe going to be in that vein. We just don't know at this point, but I just like what Gunn is saying when it comes to like what I would like about a Superman movie right now.
I think the most interesting thing he started with is the fact that there is going to be Elseworlds projects. Right? That's what he
Mm,
titled them, is Elseworld projects. And um it's left the door open in a way that has really made fans upset when talking about Superman Legacy, because he basically said the door's open for every actor to stay in their role except for Henry Cavill, who's the one that everybody wants. So
sure.
what I don't like is this kind of backpedaling that I think we've seen from them already, because he came in originally and James Gunn's tweeting and he's being awesome on Twitter and he's saying, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this. It's a complete reboot, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's not true. We are rebooting, kind of. We're still going to have two separate things happening here. So there is going to be two Batmans running around. Like at some, my
And
guess
two
is they're,
Supermans, and two Supermans by the sounds of
yeah.
it.
My guess is with Batman, since they announced that Reeves will stay separate, is that they won't film a Batman movie until after that trilogy has finished, because I think that's his plan, Matt Reeves, to make a trilogy and then move on to something else.
Hmm.
I mean, Joker made $1 billion. There's no way your WB's not going to say, no, we have to do another Joker. We have to. We're bankrupt
As
right now.
as much as we disagree, yeah, that's why, for sure.
um,
No, you continue. Sorry, I was about to interrupt.
Well, in terms of Superman Legacy, the first kind of big project he brings up, I think that's fine. I think starting with Superman is fine. A Superman for everyone. Ugh, come on. Man of Steel was good. Stop. Stop. What are you doing? You're just a cynic at the end of the day, right? That's the only reason you don't like Superman, because you're a cynic and you just hate good times. No, I'm just kidding. But I like Man of Steel a lot. I think Henry Cavill was a great Superman who got kind of screwed over by WB, but I think starting over is fine. I think starting with a little bit of younger Superman is fine. I do love the fan backlash at the title where they're like, legacy. We're just starting. He doesn't have a legacy. He's just starting. And it's like, they're just
Right.
mad because they really want it to be Henry Cavill at the end of the day is what they want. And I love Henry Cavill. I'm excited to see what he's going to go on and do. I still think Game of Thrones is a huge option for him. I think, Star Wars would be real interesting with Henry Cavill. He would make an incredible Darth Revan if you ever actually get the balls, Kathy, to do something. But anyway, that's my kind of my base thoughts on Superman Legacy. It sounds great to me. I'm excited to see. I hope Gunn doesn't have his quips. Superman to me is not a funny character in the sense that he's funny without meaning to be funny, is where his humor comes from, and that's not Gunn's writing humor style. So I'm real curious to see how we go with with him. I do not hope any of the Guardians get brought in to be Superman. Um, like Chris Pratt or something. I think you go unknown. I think you try to go Tom Holland with Superman and find somebody
Oh.
who is like legit. No, I'm not saying Tom Holland as Superman.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
saying
yeah, yeah, okay,
find someone who is like Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield, who were just obsessed with the character. They grew up loving it, blah blah blah. They want to do it justice.
sure.
As in terms of J.J. Abrams, J.J. right now could win the Oscar, and I still don't know if I'd be back on his good side. I just hated Rise of Skywalker that much. We'll get to maybe an interesting conversation about that though at the end here. But anyway, what's next?